Get through this, you'll break new ground.
Hi, welcome back to day 19 of our We'll Get Through This series. My name is Carol, and today we're going to consider the mental health dimension of the holistic health wheel. My co-author Lydia and I repeatedly discuss the mental health challenges this coronavirus pandemic has created. And so we feel very strongly that today's topic, as well as this entire series, is so important for all of us. Being mentally healthy right now poses a unique set of challenges. If you've been following the news, you know that CNN Primetime's Chris Cuomo has had the coronavirus for 2 weeks as of this video. And he just announced yesterday that his wife has now tested positive as well. Despite that, he has continued working, broadcasting online about all of his symptoms, and he specifically mentioned that he's struggling with depression. I share this because we know it's going to come. Depression's going to hit many of us, and we need to take it seriously. Many of us will be just fine. We might have periods of time where we deviate from healthy practices for a spell. I'm struggling with my eating lately and having to cycle through some extra work. But we all need to become aware of the signs for all of us. And be aware that each of us has different signs. Men can be different than women. Young can be different than old. If you have clinical depression, yours might be very different than someone else's. The CDC, the Center for Disease Control, has an excellent article that I hope that you'll consider. And part of it is as follows. Outbreaks can be stressful. The outbreak of coronavirus 2019, COVID-19, may be stressful for people. Fear and anxiety about a disease can be overwhelming and cause strong emotions in adults as well as children. Coping with stress will make you, the people you care about, and your community stronger. Stress during an infectious disease outbreak can include the following: fear and worry about your own health and the health of a loved one, changes in sleep or eating patterns, difficulty sleeping or concentrating, whether you sleep too much or you're having trouble sleeping, worsening of chronic health problems, worsening of mental health conditions, and also increased use of alcohol, tobacco, or other drugs. Because I've been a counselor for so many years, I want to remind you how important it is that you read this whole article, not just for yourself, but also for all your loved ones. My healthy tip is to consider, do you have any concerns about any changes in your behavior or your mood? I then suggest for a month you begin a habit tracker, and I'll give you links to the bottom of these. I've got two, one's a circular and one's a linear. It's very important for us to look for patterns of behavior. Some of this will look perfectly normal, but at least you'll have a reference point to consider. I mentioned I'm struggling with my eating, and so I've started my health tracker today where I'm monitoring my weight loss, my weight gain, my consumption of food. But it's important that we have some kind of a baseline if we think we might be struggling with something. Lydia's healthy tip is this. It really helps me to help others. Join a local community impact group. Write a message to a neighbor. Drop a little gift on a friend's doorstep. Write a nice card or letter to a family member or an old friend. Find a way that fits you best to let others know that you are thinking of them. and it will raise your spirits too. Now it's your turn. Take some time with this dimension. It's critical for all of us. What have you experienced in the past when you've been struggling? And what are you currently experiencing today? Talk with your health buddy and let us know what you've discovered. We want to thank you for joining us today for this very important dimension of health. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
You get through this.